Hey, this is Chuck, and you are listening to Fans with Bands, the podcast where we talk to the fans and the bands they dig about life, music, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Today on Fans with Bands, we're talking to Drift. Check it out. Hey, this is Chuck with Fans with Bands, and I am talking to the guys in Drift. How you guys doing?
Good. We're good.
Awesome. Well, so a friend of mine from way back in the day, his name's Bill Fitzpatrick. He sent me a link to you guys' music, and I was like, wow, this is really fucking cool. I definitely love the crushing riffs. I was thinking of bands like, to me, it sort of reminded me of bands like I Prevail, maybe Unearth, Wage War. And I was also thinking of a band, I don't know if you guys know them, but Misery Index. Do you guys ever listen to Misery Index?
I have
No?
so.
Well, you should check them out because you will probably dig them. But anyway, they're more my vintage, you know, as far as like metalcore bands that started up around then. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being on Fans of Bands.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Sure, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I like to start at the beginning, and that is like, how did the band come to be?
Well, starts with those guys over there.
So through a series of events, was in a band with some of my older friends. Still close friends, still good. Our previous drummer just had a baby today, actually.
Awesome.
But yeah, just we were kind of in a band, and then I met James here at work, and then just kind of transformed into this. We found Zach. It's pretty simple. That's about it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I had an account on the websites of Bandmix.
Yeah.
And they just reached out to me one day to come audition to be the vocalist, and we kind of just hit it off pretty quickly. And then not even like a week or two later, I think we had Zach come on board as the drummer.
And
and then we've been right since.
Yeah, we literally went as smooth as you could even imagine.
That's awesome. That's very cool. So how long has the band been together? Like
2.5 years? About 2.5 years.
Nice. Very nice. So I'm curious, was there just any type of music that you were all kind of gravitating toward? When you were starting the band, did you have an idea in mind, or has it morphed over those 2 years since you started playing together?
I think it's definitely changed a bit. I feel like when we first started, it was kind of we all didn't really know what we all liked, so we were just kind of trying to just throw stuff together. And I think as we've grown closer as a band, we kind of all know what we like now.
Yeah,
and we've been able to just kind of make some pretty cool stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the first song I heard was Alone, and then Deceiver. Both of those songs are killer. They're so good. I'm actually kind of shocked that you guys have only been playing for a couple years, because when I was in a band years ago, after 2 years, we still sucked. So I'm just saying. So it's pretty impressive. Those tunes, can you kind of walk me through, let's start with Alone. Like, how did that come about? What was the process for writing that song?
Anyway, so basically, very mid-level rhythm guitar player, I will admit. So this kid sat me down and said, "You're going to write a riff." And I said, "Okay," and that's the main riff.
And, that main was him, and then that first verse was him, and then I kind of threw in the back half of the guitar and whatnot, and then we kind of had that going. Before we kind of wrote that right around when we were putting the band together.
Okay.
We had when we had Zach try out for the band, we kind of just threw those riffs out. We were like, "Hey, do you want to just play something behind them?" And probably about 80% of the song was already set from the first time we ever jammed, and then
Ray
came in on.
Yeah, came over, did the second verse. Originally, the song actually didn't even really have a chorus. It was kind of just going to be a jam out. And our producer at the time said that's a terrible idea. He wrote that chorus, which just ended up being like one of the catchiest choruses just at all.
Just awesome.
And yeah, that's kind of how it all just progressed.
Awesome. So when you guys are working on music like that, is it more a process where, like, you know, James and, you know, you guys are coming up with riffs and then throwing it together, bringing it to the whole band? Or is it more collaborative process where you guys get together and jam?
Riff machine. Like,
I got a lot of free time on my hands, so I got a lot of time to sit and write and just come up with a lot of ideas. And I really enjoy trying to like put whole songs together. And I'll kind of do like a rough draft of everything, and then I'll send it to everybody, and then we'll do all like the changes and refine all the parts and stuff, and then usually that's usually how it goes.
Nice. So what was the inspiration behind Deceiver? So I think I like the lyrics in that are pretty cool, and I'm curious what where that came from.
Yeah. So lyrically, that song for the most part just came from me being very angry at a close friend of mine, and it kind of just really evolved from that. I mean, I studied a lot of like, I don't want to go too into detail with some of the stuff, but I did some just like pop music theory on like breakdowns of how to like what works and what doesn't, and I tried to like form words into those formats and everything, and it ended up being again catchier than I thought it was going to be. And as for the more like melody of like the second part, I guess you could say, that was a lot of me and James kind of just when the guitar gets crazy and I just go off beat, we both just happened to fall into the same offbeat thing, and we were like, well, that's it then.
Yeah, like almost the same words too. We both had like a prison line and everything. It was super cool.
Yeah, so a lot of what we do, like James will start it all out and everything, but we're collaborative through text and critiques and everything the whole way. And so it just kind of all comes together, or it hits a wall at the same time.
That's awesome. So, you know, you've got those two tracks out. You know, they're on Spotify. You've got the videos for them as well, or at least the a couple of clips that are out there. What is your plan as far as like more music, and are you planning to do a full album? What are you thinking?
EP's done. We're planning on releasing our next single, Complacent, sometime this month.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Start releasing some teasers for it and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's.
And then we got a full 6-song EP. 3 of them being the 3 songs that we're releasing as singles, and then 3 more that we want to release. I don't know if we have a date for it yet, but looking summertime, summertime.
Yeah. So are you? I know you've been releasing them track by track. Do you plan to do like physical media or put them out all on Bandcamp? What's any of that? Or are you just going to keep them as singles?
Yeah, it's definitely up in the air, but yeah, I mean, definitely focusing on the digital part.
Yeah,
digital mainly for now.
Nice. And how about?
I didn't have a vinyl, but
well, yeah. That would be awesome, but yeah, it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Wasn't trying to say, but yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
As for the music, I'm okay to say we have after the EP, we already have ideas for more singles as well. And as we said, James being the riff machine that he is, we have
there's so many songs just waiting to be taken to the studio. There's so much.
Last I counted, instrumentally wise, we're around 30-ish.
There's
nice.
probably like 10 times more too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, like, how are they recorded? Are you guys doing it yourselves? Are you going to a studio? What's the process like for that?
There's I kind of do like an initial recording with like scratch takes and whatnot, through Logic.
Hmm.
And I do like a rough drum take, a rough everything, a lot of MIDI instruments, and then we kind of try and mess with the scratch tape uh, demo thing a bunch. And when we think we got it to a good point, then we'll go to a studio. We want to give Mr. Bender a shout out because he's a beast.
Drew Bender.
Just a beast.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. There's no words.
He is
he's-
coolest.
He's in the band called Unwell. He's just phenomenal guy. Great help to us on every aspect of everything as a new band, and very thorough and accurate. Lucky to
Awesome.
have.
Very lucky to have found him. And yeah, we use him. So we'll just go out to the studio and make magic happen and stuff.
Excellent. Where's that studio located?
St. Clair.
Yeah,
St. Clair.
Nice. And what was it called again? Does he have a name for it?
Is it Bender? Is it Bender Studio?
Production.
Yeah,
Bender
Bender
Studio.
Production.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Awesome.
It might be better.
We stare at his banner every time we go over there. Bender
recording.
All right. Excellent. So how'd you end up meeting them?
I was scrolling on TikTok, and a lot of people don't do bass covers, and I was just scrolling on TikTok. He was doing a bass cover of the song, and I was like, "Wow, that's really cool." And I realized he had more. And I was like, "Oh, who's this guy?" And sure enough, like, "Oh, well, whole sound engineer. He's got his went to school for it. That's his business." I was like, "Oh, well, let's do a song with him." And then here we are.
That's awesome. Very cool. So part of what I like to find out about bands is like, what were your influences for each of you? What got you to kind of go into that, like, what influenced you to play the instrument that you play, and then also like, what was the driver? Because it's super easy just to have your instrument in your house and just jam by yourself and never get in a band. So 2-part question: what was your influence, and what made you want to be in a band? Who wants to start?
Well, you see, I got the Green Day shirt on right here.
All right.
I heard that "Wake Me Up When September Ends," and I was like, you know what, that's a cool song, and how hard can it be? So that was the first song I learned how to play on guitar, and I played on guitar a little bit, but then I found drums like a year later. If you watch like Imagine Dragons, their live performances have a lot of drumming, and I was like, wow, hey, that looks really cool. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I begged my dad, please get me some drums, and he did, and there you go. I signed the kit, and just like that, I was able to play B. So
Awesome, man.
just a lot of pop and rock, and then I went to metal later. But like a year or two later, got into some of that Slayer, Metallica.
Nice. Yeah. As far as like actual influences for you, who are some drummers that you kind of looked up to?
It goes on. Lars Ulrich, but
Dave Lombardo.
Oh yeah, 100%. One of the first, Slayer, just one of the first metal bands I really got into, drumming wise. John Bonham, Led Zeppelin, huge. Neil Peart, Daniel Plattman, Josh Dunn, and there's so many. Trey Cool, obviously Green Day.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Roll, just about any rock drummer, like.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Ray, how about you?
Yeah. So I, way back in like middle school, I just wanted an easy grade, and so I kind of, and I ended up actually kind of falling in love with it, and then wanted to like play more instruments and stuff like that. I got a guitar. I wasn't very great at it. I got a bass. I wasn't very great at it. And I was like, well, I don't think I'm a very great singer either. And I just had already listened to a lot of very heavy music, and I was just like, back as like a teenager, parents would leave or whatever, and I would just practice screaming in my house. Never really thought anything of it or that I was super talented or anything with it. But then these guys messaged me when I was having a really bad day at work, and I was just like, you know what, screw it, I need something to get out of here. And so I went and auditioned, and they thought I was good. And since then, everyone's thought I was good. And I was like, well, I guess it works.
That's awesome, dude. Because I was gonna say, I think your voice is fucking awesome. It sounds really good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got like a. So it's heavy. Your voice has got that like visceral like aggression that I like to hear. But you also enunciate well. So it's not like lost in translation where you're like, I don't know if any of you guys have experienced this, but you hear a singer, you kind of dig what they're doing, but you can't really understand them until you read the lyric sheet, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh fuck, that's what he's saying, So
yeah, absolutely
awesome. So who are some of your influences?
Yeah, so biggest one by far for me would be John Mess. Yeah, Dance Gavin Dance. Just seeing a weird dude just be himself really made it like fall into a thing that I wanted to do. And then for more like the sound and how I, like you said, like enunciation and stuff, controversial, but I learned that from like watching Ronnie Radke. Chris Motionless is a huge one for me as well. That was actually the first song I ever tried to scream was Devil's Night by Motionless in White.
Nice.
So yeah, just kind of all that. Those three are probably like the biggest for me.
Cool.
All
right.
And then also Britain from Wage War.
Oh yeah, that dude's awesome. Who wants to go next?
Go, Jay. Go right down there.
All right, questions again.
Yeah. So what were your influences? How did you get started playing bass?
So on a longer line of, I'll try to keep it short. So when I was a wee little lad, and I mean very little, I started out on drums actually, and enjoyed playing them. But as life went, moving and stuff, kind of just fell off of it. Picked up guitar, stayed with guitar. It's kind of was kind of alright at it. Yeah. Started playing some shoegaze stuff. Then our previous bassist Dickie, shout out Dickie, moved across the country, and at that point we were kind of like, well, it's like I'll pick up a bass, whatever. Like, let's do it. Let's keep it. I'm kind of glad I did, because I think I'm as mid-level as I was as a rhythm guitarist. I do have fun on bass. It is fun. It's a lot. Pretty fucking sick. Yeah, it's a great time. But yeah, so I guess
who would be some of your influences? And I'm trying to remember. Do you finger pick or do you use a pick?
I use a pick.
Okay.
For sure.
Nice.
Honestly, since I am new to it, I would have to say just we came as Romans last year.
That was sick, yeah.
Andy Glass, dude, like on stage, just it was crazier too. Like I'm fanboying a little bit, but I messaged him. I was like, dude, he's playing an LTD. I'm like, how are you getting this tone live? Yeah. And he told me everything he does for his setup, and I was like, sick. So I mimic it myself a little bit, but he's definitely one of my biggest guys. And the energy too from him, man, just like you can tell he loves big dogs. Yeah, that's sweet.
The dude from Gojira is a pretty big influence too.
Yeah, he's up there too. But Andy Glass.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah.
Cool. James, how about you?
Well, I think I was like 12 or 13. My dad played guitar a little bit. He would just dabble here and there, and every now and then he'd go back to the back room and pull his guitar out and play some Metallica and Black Sabbath and Ozzy and stuff like that. And it's like, that's really cool. I really want to, I think that'd be sick to do. And I went for like maybe 6 months where I was just thinking about playing guitar. I didn't really know if I wanted to or not. And then I heard, uh, as as absurd as it's gonna sound, I heard a Creed song that has a solo. I heard "A Thousand Faces" by Creed, which is my favorite band. Um, and I heard the solo, and I was like, I have to, I got to do this. I got to be
Yeah.
able to make that happen. And then soon after that, I got a guitar and just I played a lot of Metallica, just a lot of thrash metal, a lot of Metallica, Pantera, stuff like that.
Nice.
Um, and then I kind of got more into modern metal music and started uh, buying a 7 string and playing some more modern stuff like Wage War, Polaris, and Spirit Box, bands like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I kind of developed my own style, like this weird mix of like thrash metal, dad rock, and like modern metalcore.
Awesome.
And yeah, and been playing for almost 10 years now.
Nice.
And some of my influences, my biggest influence by far is definitely Mark Tremonti from Creed.
I was gonna say it's probably Mark.
In his own solo project.
Yeah.
That dude is just otherworldly to me. Just like every single song is just the best song. So
Yeah.
and then some other influences would be like Mike Stringer from Spirit Box, Cody from Wage War is another really good one. And then like some other like oddballs would be like Zach Myers from Shinedown. He's
Oh,
the big influence.
yeah.
He's sick. And there's like a few other ones like CC DeVille from Poison's another guitarist I like. Um, just it's all my influences are all over.
That's awesome. It's good.
Yeah.
I think it's always fun when you've got like influences that aren't necessarily in the wheelhouse of what you play. You know, so
Yeah.
you get into something that's kind of, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something I would listen to. You know, like Chet Atkins or something like that, you know, where you're like, oh, that guy's really awesome, but it's nowhere near what I'm doing.
Yeah, and then obviously like James Hetfield and Dave Mustaine are
Yeah. Yeah.
bags, all the big ones, and Randy Rhoads. Like I think most guitarists, I think, go to those guys. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And Hetfield, his rhythm playing is just like, yeah.
otherworld.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, Justice for All and Master of Puppets binge the last couple of weeks, so I've been dabbling in a lot of Metallica.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, you know, I'm curious about like, seeing as we're talking about origins and that kind of thing. What was the very first concert that each of you went to?
My first concert ever was, I think it was 2013, Warped Tour.
All right.
And I was way too young to be alone at that concert, but I was.
Oh man.
If I have the year right, I remember I accidentally led like a wall of death for Bringing Horizon. I didn't know what was going on. I was just walking around dehydrated and confused, but having the time of my life. So that was my first. I got to see like 40 bands basically.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Who wants to go next?
My first show was, I believe, it was a Tremonti show.
Oh, cool.
I got to go see him at the intersection. Maybe it was 2018 or 2019. I can't remember exactly, but that show was pretty insane. I never really had super loud live music before, and you know, it's my favorite band and whatnot all at the same time. They were opening up for Seven Dust, which was also awesome because Seven Dust is super cool too.
Yep.
And seeing it all live was so cool because you kind of just, it's like a whole different aspect when everything's live. It's like you see everybody playing their instruments, and it's like, oh yeah, everybody is really that good, and it really does sound that good. It's not it's super cool.
Yeah.
And then that was my first show, I think.
All right. Who wants to go next?
Well, my first show was I mean, I don't really remember it because I was probably like 2, but it was the Eagles when they did
really?
that acoustic tour, I think in the early 2000s. I think I saw Earth, Wind, and Fire technically after that too. But the one I really remember like choosing to see, I think just Green Day. Again, back to Green Day. Just
Yeah.
I really wanted to see them, and I think it was 2017 or something. Back with Joe Louis Arena before that kind of shut down.
Nice.
And,
Yeah. That's
it was awesome.
That's a good venue. I've seen some good shows there. The acoustics are sometimes a little fucked, but I mean, otherwise it's all right. All right.
Oh man, so I was 5 or 6 years old. But my first concert was Alice Cooper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad was really into Alice Cooper and Zombie, all the shock rock sort of vibes. And, that was at the Michigan State Fairgrounds, I think.
Oh, when did you go to that? I mean, how old are you? 2?
Yeah, I was like 5, 6 years old, dude. I was so young. Yes. Anyway, it was cool. Like just seeing it, and that still listen to him.
I'm pretty sure I was at that show.
It was a free show. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I only saw 2 shows at that the Michigan State, because downtown Detroit, right? Which I don't even know if they do shows there anymore. But I saw them. I saw Alice Cooper, and I saw Jane's Addiction, like back in the day. That was really cool because it was I don't know, super wild stage. It was like, what the hell is going on here? But anyway, what was your for each of you? What was the first album you bought with your own money, or CD or download? Since you guys are all young whippersnappers.
Well, I have 2 answers if I can. The first that I was given was the first Slipknot CD. And then the first one that I bought myself was the Acceptance Speech album by Dance Gavin Dance.
Oh, nice.
I just heard one of their songs, Strawberry Swisher Part 3 on YouTube, and I was like, I've never heard anything like this before. And I just went out and just got it like immediately with my friends.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right, who wants to go next?
I mean, I couldn't tell you what the first one I ever bought was, but I know the first one I ever like listened to, like physical media, was probably like something that my dad's. He had a Rubber Soul.
Nice.
Just that's the thing. That's why I grew up with listening to a lot of that classic rock and stuff. Big part of my drumming, and
very cool. That's a good album.
Yeah, but I actually bought though. It's
I don't even know.
Sure. Yeah, we call it Central.
It took me a while to get into the Beatles. Like for the longest time, I was just like, I didn't really realize. Like a couple of songs like Helter Skelter, or basically my view is limited to like maybe the White Album and a couple other songs, and the rest of it I always thought was like the I Want to Hold Your Hand and all that bullshit, and I was like, oh god, this sucks. So I just kind of wrote it all off, and then I got in, like, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, got into like I think Rubber Soul, and then into Let It Be and all the other albums, like pretty much after Rubber Soul, Abbey Road and that kind of stuff. And I was like, shit, I've been missing this all these years. But I guess that's the point. Eventually you find it.
Exactly how I felt. I was like, they're just that I Want to Hold Your Hand guy. Maybe that Twist and Shout cover they did or whatever. Just much, happy. But to be fair, I think they're good songs now at this point, and they're really catchy. But yeah, you realize like you go into their music, just how deep it gets, right? Like how dynamic really they are as songwriters. And Abbey Road it's just a masterpiece. I know it's original take, but seriously, like go through that whole thing.
Right.
Just an experience. It's awesome.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm not sure what the first album I got was. I know one of the first ones was Beer Bongs and Bentleys by Post Malone.
All right.
Like that. And then Hollywood's Bleeding shortly after that as well, by Post Malone. I've got like, I think I just got a ton of CDs all around the same time. I know my parents had most of the music I already listened to. They already had the CDs for it, so I didn't really need to. But I got like every single Alter Bridge album, every Tremonti album. I got a couple Red albums, if you know the band Red.
Yep.
I got a couple of their albums. I used to really like them when I was younger. And I guess that the coolest album I've got on vinyl would be like a two-way tie between I've got like a copy of the original Star Wars soundtrack from like 1977.
Really awesome.
With like all of the artwork and stuff on the inside.
Hell yeah.
I found that at a yard sale. I was like, gotta have that. I've got a pretty limited edition alternate cover signed copy of the Tsunami Sea album that Spirit Box just dropped.
Nice.
That one is super cool. It's a super cool vinyl.
Awesome. All right. Last but not least.
I believe I don't know for sure, but if I had to guess, it seems right. I kind of recall buying Swan Songs by Hollywood Undead.
Right.
When they were big and blowing up everywhere. That's kind of metal, kind of rap. I like this.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hollywood Undead.
Everybody.
Yeah, right. So,
I convinced my grandma that they were a happy band. That she just sounded when she heard the songs.
Oh, that's crazy. So,
go ahead.
no, go ahead. You go ahead.
Look at this shout out to my dad though. He had this. I'm just thinking about. I'm wearing a Black Sabbath shirt, but he had this definitely burned CD of like every Black Sabbath song known to man. He always kept it in his car, and he gifted it to me when I was like 15. That's sick. It was like, to me, it was like the coolest thing ever. I was like, I just wanted that one CD, and I got it. It was cool.
That's awesome. I love Black Sabbath because that was like the very first album I ever bought was Sabotage, and yeah, I was blown away. And I actually bought it just because of the cover. You guys know the cover, right? It's like I think is it? I think Bill Ward's got those like red tights on and shit.
Ozzy's one of the goats,
Yeah, hell yeah. Ozzy's wearing like a kimono. Tony Iommi looks like he's like just got off a Colombian drug deal, which I think those guys were probably on a Colombian drug deal. I listened to the book, Geezer Butler's book. I don't know if you guys have read that book, but holy shit, like they weren't kidding when they said that they did like more cocaine than what they actually spent on Volume 3. Like they were just wasted. So anyway.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
So, what's next for you guys as far as like, are you planning to do any like live shows, anything like that coming up in the? And so think about this in terms of like this will be out probably in 2 weeks from now. So don't tell me something that's happening Friday because it'll all be past.
The moment, we don't have anything specifically scheduled. We had some ideas that we're tossing around, but we've mostly just been getting prepped, buying everything that we need to perform at the level that we want to, and to be able to practice with the same stuff that we'll have when we were playing somewhere.
Yeah.
And we're finally just now.
We're finally getting there. Finally, Texas has been bought.
The amps, everything we needed, and yeah, so I mean that's the thing that we're looking to do coming up. We're like we said earlier, we're releasing a single and then the rest of this EP. And while we're marketing that, that's probably the best time that we're going to be looking to just start jamming at
shows lined up. Yeah.
Awesome, that'd be cool. It would be great to see you guys live. And that's a great question because I know that some bands like put a lot of production into recorded music, and then it is difficult or impossible to do live. When you are recording your music, are you thinking about like the fact that I won't be able to do this, like, or it will be hard to do live, and so I'm gonna basically write and record it so that I could just translate it directly.
1,000,000%.
Yes. Very often an issue when we're doing the writing is we'll write something that is too difficult and that will not make it to the final cut.
Definitely some
from all of us.
Yeah.
I've written vocal parts where I'm like, wait a minute, I don't get to breathe for 45 seconds. So it's a collaborative checks and balances, everyone making sure we can all do everything live, testing, messing around with the effects that we do and figuring out ways that we can make it happen live too.
Yeah,
definitely as authentic as possible.
Yeah, definitely don't want too much going on in like the backing tracks and stuff, because we want us to be really what you're hearing. You know, we don't really we're not trying to like lip sync and fake anything, but at the same time, at least for the way I write, I still try to write anything that sounds cool. Any like if there's a bunch of guitar layering and a bunch of stuff, of course I don't want to leave that out. Just because it's just me, but just kind of still try to write in a way that it should definitely translate very well live.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about live is that the energy typically of the performance doesn't, even if you recorded multiple guitar tracks, it's probably still going to come through live, the overall energy of the song. So that's cool. So, do you guys know a band? They're older than you guys, but I think they're in your area, called Dug In, and they're very much in the genre. They're maybe more a little bit Dillinger Escape Plan kind of level, but
Dillinger Escape Plan. I do not know.
I think I've heard of them, but definitely haven't checked them out. No.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, because when I was listening to your music and thinking about, if you had played live, I was like, you guys should do a show with those dudes. They're super cool. They used to be in a band After the Minor. They're from Flint area, or at least I think they're still in that area. But they were in a band called After the Minor, and now they're in another, like 2/3 of them are in this band Dug In. So anyway, something to keep in mind if you're looking to book shows and stuff. So, going back to the sort of that, I guess it's really not going back anywhere. It's more of like just a fantasy question. If you guys could like do a show with anybody, who would that show be? We're like, for each of you, like, who would you want to be on that show with, and like, where would you like to do it? Where would you like to play?
Oh, where?
Wembley. It's got to be Wembley. From Queen to Bring Me the Horizon, Wembley.
Yeah. That's.
I have a little different answer. My goal has always been and will probably be achieved very quickly, but my favorite venue has always been the Shelter.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I want to be. Just be able to do it. I saw so many of my favorite bands before they got big just playing there.
Yeah.
It's such a personal stage. Bands that I'd like to play with, though, I mean, Dance Gavin Dance, Bring Me the Horizon would be huge. I didn't name Ollie in my influences, but I did name my son Ollie. So I just can't. He does. But other bands, I mean, like Wage War, Plot and You, Motionless in White would all be huge, crazy bands to be with. That feels like larger than life. And then
Sick. I feel
like Polaris, I think our sounds would go really good with as well.
I definitely think for me, like, some bands I'd like to play with would be, I mean, it would be sick to play with Tremonti, of course, but I feel more realistically, like for genre wise, I feel like just a big concert, just a riff fest concert of like Spiritbox, Wage War, Polaris, and then Drift.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just face melting show would be sick. Like Currents and Era, just all the best guitar players, and then me, of course.
Excellent.
Super cool to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he covered it.
He covered it. Awesome.
Bill would be cool. You know,
Like a Michigan tour.
Yeah, like Weekend is Roman.
I throw a siren for me.
Yeah.
They're from Michigan. That'd be huge.
That'd be awesome.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. You know, related to that kind of like bands you'd like to jam with, have you actually met any of your musical idols in person? And what was that experience like?
I guess I'll go ahead. I have. Mark Tremonti does guitar clinics on shows sometimes. And me and Mr. Jacob here, we got to go meet him out at one of his guitar clinics.
Oh, nice.
I was definitely pretty awestruck. I don't even know if I said more than like 2 sentences tops. It was pretty bad. But it was just kind of crazy. I mean, like we were walking back behind the stage, like the whole ass arena, and we're like getting closer and closer, and we're just hearing just absolute shredding happening, and I'm totally geeking out. And then everybody walks in the room, and he's already just going absolutely crazy, just shredding at the speed of light, and that was a super cool experience. He's just the nicest guy. He seems super genuine. He took us all to go see his whole rig and everything, so we got to see
cool.
all his pedals. He even went down to like power supplies and stuff like that for the rig, which was super cool. Meeting him was super cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That would be really cool. I don't think I've ever had an experience like that. What the hell? Jacob, how about you?
Yeah, it was insane.
It was crazy. We're walking back. I mean, Tremonti's such a good guitarist, but you really
you don't even know, like seeing that shit in person. It's just like you're like getting like I don't know what
from here to there.
Like
he's 5 feet in front of you, shredding. But he's
like, everybody. So we're just gonna work on this.
He's like, oh yeah, sing your falsetto too while you're riffing and make a song.
That's like half of it. That's so cool.
It's great. But so I met him with him, and I did meet Eric from Prevail at UMACon. Cool guy. Really down to earth.
Nice.
That was a cool experience. I was fanning out a little bit.
I know.
Okay, I hope I didn't look too ridiculous. But yeah, that was cool.
Excellent.
Almost got to meet Jared Dines.
Yeah, we all did them.
That's good.
I have been able to meet everybody from Dance Gavin Dance except John Mess, which breaks my heart every day. I got to meet Kellen Quinn. He was a super nice guy. But I was just at Warped Tour. He was just walking around to another stage, and I was
cool.
And then besides that, I mean, I met Ronnie Radke. He was very nice, despite what people say. I think that's about the end of my list for celebrity. I mean, I had like VIPs for a bunch of bands that are out of our genre, like you've heard of Icon for Hire. I met them twice, and just some smaller, more like just alternative bands and things like that.
Cool.
U6 I got to meet. But yeah.
Nice.
I high-fived Dan Reynolds of Imagine Dragons at a concert. That's about
it. Awesome. Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's about it. I didn't get to meet anyone else, but hopefully in the future, hopefully one day.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, you never know. You'd be who did I meet? Just recently I went to see Testament, and Bobby Blitz from Overkill's walking by and gives me a fist pump, and I was like, all right, cool. So yeah, you never know. You never know who you're gonna meet. So
yeah.
Although I met his name's Woody. He's one of the guitar players in Corrosion of Conformity. I didn't even know what to say to the guy. I just said, I really like your stuff, and then walked away.
What? Like, you know what I mean? It's like what are you supposed to say, man?
I know. I know. It's like you really can't think of like, at least when I've met people, it's like you just can't think of like something like constructive to say, and then you don't really want to like waste their time. So you're like, hey man, dig your music, and then awesome. Well, guys, I want to thank you so much for being on Fans with Bands. I've got one last question for each of you. That is, pineapple or no pineapple on pizza?
That's the most important question. I think there's only one right answer to that question.
I'm for it. Sorry.
Well, so the
the
question, it's you can be like, it's like you could be someone that is like, oh, somebody orders pineapple, fine, I'll eat it. But would you order it? Would you ask for a pizza with pineapple on it?
Never.
Pineapple or anything, but I just wouldn't. I wouldn't get it myself.
Yeah.
I tried it before, and I'd be open to try it again. I like to try new things, like just both anything. A lot of players' music.
Yeah.
Always try something new, but yeah, for me, no.
If I have a selection with a bunch of them and it's there, I will still get a slice of it.
So, all right. Yeah.
I don't think about it.
Yeah, that's all good. Jacob, how about you?
I'm out of the band.
I'm gonna get crucified, but pineapple with green pepper, and that's it.
Really? That's all?
For like,
It's like
pepperoni,
sweet and spicy. I mean, not overly pepper.
Okay.
Green pepper, spicy. Green bell pepper.
My taste buds are.
Have you ever? So for folks that do eat pineapple with their pizza, have you ever done it with jalapenos? 'Cause I've heard that's supposed to be good.
I like banana pepper.
I love banana pepper on almost anything. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, that's like the most universal awesome pepper ever.
Agreed.
But I'm kind of with James in the realm of pizza, because I'm like, I like pineapple. It should be on other things, but not the pizza. That's just me. All right.
Pepperoni. Nothing wrong with that.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, thank you again so much for being on Fans with Bands. Looking forward to more of the music. Hope to catch the whole EP, and keep me in the loop when you guys play, because I'll try to get out to a show and check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure,
Yeah.
Thanks for
having
having
us.
Yeah, thanks for having us on the show.
All right. See you guys.
Adios.
Bands are nothing without you, the fans. Purchasing music and merchandise is critical to their survival. If you can help out your favorite bands, please do. If you're in Michigan, consider following the Playing in Detroit Area Tonight and SE for Southeast Michigan Music Facebook pages. They are fantastic places for fans and bands to support each other and share our combined love of music. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get each and every episode of Fans with Bands. Spread the word by rating the show, telling your friends, telling your neighbors, telling your family, telling your priest, tell everyone, and leave a comment. We want to hear what you think. You can keep in touch by following us on social media. This is a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, be well and kick out the jam.